Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm tweeting out to everybody. Let me pop out this chat. I want to get everybody involved in this conversation here. Excuse me. um,
I'm getting some water real quick. 1 second.
okay, no problem. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. We are about to do another podcast based on the newest release, the new manga that just came out, which is Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 27. Now, this came out early yesterday. Some people had gotten like leaks on the 16th and scans and stuff like that. And this is a very important manga chapter. I usually don't do reviews on Dragon Ball unless it's game oriented or it's really something important about Vegeta, being that Vegeta is the only like the most thoroughly developed character in the entire Dragon Ball Z. Well, well, everything Dragon Ball Z and beyond, in terms of the manga or the anime. So after looking at this entire manga, the leaks, and trying to create or absorb as much as I can of an understanding based on the actual manga, this is a very telling manga because Vegeta actually has a rematch with Beerus. And what happens in that rematch really begs the question, is Vegeta on the path beyond Master Super Saiyan Blue? So today I'm going to be talking. I have a guest that's on the show, very close friend of mine. You can check his YouTube link in the description, Black Pauldron, or you can just
Yo,
go to YouTube. Yeah, there he goes. You can just go to youtube.com, Black Pauldron. He's a huge anime buff. He's into anime. He's into a lot of things, video games and stuff like that. And we're going to be talking about this entire manga. So what's going on, Black Pauldron? Just want to introduce you to everybody.
yo,
Um,
what's going on, everybody?
so let me get straight to the point, cause I want to kind of make this like I don't want to like overblow this more than what it needs to be, but I do want to kind of cover this. Now, both you and I have this understanding that what they've done with Dragon Ball Super specifically is that they've split the continuity of the story. What's in the manga isn't necessarily relatable to what's in the anime. However,
Yes.
the manga really adds a lot of context to things people just cannot understand in the anime because the anime is the anime, and the anime that doesn't really hold things well together in terms of like I don't want to say context, but more so continuity. With my biggest issue with the anime. So, well, first of all, did you get a chance to see the actual manga?
I saw what people were talking about. You know me. I don't read manga that much, but I am aware of what's going on.
Okay, so and what we all do know about Goku's new form, and which is why I'm even bringing this entire thing up because this just doesn't make sense. So let's try to put some let's try to keep this into context so that we can keep the continuity of the story in the universe going together. Both in the anime and in the manga, right after Black was defeated, obviously in the manga Zeno destroys the world, but in the anime, Zeno destroys the universe. Or the not actually that timeline's universe because Universe
Yeah.
7 still exists, but the pocket timeline universe of Trunks' future was what Zeno destroyed. But in the manga, he doesn't destroy the universe; he just destroys the world, which is why I keep telling people Supreme God Zamasu is still alive because especially in the manga, okay, but Supreme God Zamasu is in other timelines. So yes, you destroyed Trunks' world and all those Zamasus on it, but you didn't wipe out Zamasu. Zamasu's in other timelines. So, all right. In any event, in this manga, they both return home, just like in the anime. Goku tries to get a job. Goku is he gets this part where the robbers are robbing or whatever the filler stuff that they had in the anime, and I think it was Goku got shot or something like that, and he was like, "Whoa!" He's falling back on his training. He needs to train more and whatever. And they show you in the manga, no, in the anime.
No, I think that's Krillin that got shot.
Yeah, that's Krillin that got shot. But in the manga, it's Goku who gets shot.
Wow.
Yeah, Goku gets shot, and Goku, he gets a little nub on a thing, and he's like, he looks at himself because some guys were trying to rob something, and Goku had to stop him. In the anime, they show you Vegeta training with Whis, and Vegeta and Whis. No, what's the name of this guy? Beerus is complaining. Where's Goku? In the manga, something like that is happening. I don't know the context specifically what it is because it's all in Japanese and I don't have the translation. But you see Vegeta training with Whis. Then Beerus says something, which then makes Vegeta say something, and then Vegeta then powers up to Super Saiyan Blue. And then there's an exchange of words with Beerus. I don't know. I would assume just based on the context of the image, Beerus is like, okay, what's so special about that? Then Vegeta absorbs the Super Saiyan Blue into himself and pulls the Super Saiyan Blue into him and masters it at 100%. Goku does this in chapter 26 when he's fighting Supreme God Zamasu. It's called Mastered Super Saiyan Blue. He absorbs the Super Saiyan Blue in his body. So I guess now Vegeta knows how to do it as well. So Vegeta's at the Super Saiyan Blue level, and the expression Whis has on his face is like, whoa, like he's impressed, like what's going on? This is something new, whatever the case may be. So then I think Beerus is looking at him, he's talking, and Beerus has this grin on his face or something like that, and he's like, fight me or whatever the case may be. So then Vegeta goes in to swing, and, Beerus is, I guess, underestimating Vegeta. So then Beerus decides to attack, and when he's attacking, Vegeta is blocking and defending very well. And you see there's a part where Beerus has this little sweat on his head, and he's like, it looks like he's getting annoyed, like, why is he evading my attacks as if they're nothing, which means Beerus wasn't even trying. But in Beerus's eyes, he shouldn't have to try. Like what he knows about his power and what he knows about Goku and Vegeta's power, they're nowhere on his level. So it's like, I shouldn't have to try. So he tries to kick Vegeta. Vegeta dodges it. He tries to punch Vegeta on some rebound, and Vegeta blocks it. And then Beerus gets upset now. So then Vegeta starts pummeling back, and Beerus is falling back, and Beerus is trying to parry everything and everything. And then the Oracle Fish and Whis is like, what's going on here? There's big shocks on their face, like, yo, Vegeta's pushing back Beerus, right? Then Beerus is like, don't get too cocky and something. Well, I'm repeating a line that Beerus always says, don't get too cocky. And then Vegeta gets a clean hit. He goes, bam, and he punches Beerus dead in his face, and it rocks his face, and like Beerus, you could see the shake up, like Beerus got shocked by the hit. But then Beerus opens his eye and looks, and he's looking at Vegeta like he's upset, like, you really got that hit off on me? So in the next image, Vegeta's face is into the ground, and it's a crater. And then and he's no longer Super Saiyan Blue. He has black hair, and Beerus has his hand on his face, and Vegeta's saying something with Beerus's hand on his face. And then I guess Beerus is saying, I guess he's trying to say something I would assume Beerus is saying, like, you guys are getting too cocky, thinking that because you got more powerful that you're at my level. So I guess Beerus is like, he's telling Vegeta he's putting him in his place. And then he gets up off of Vegeta and he walks out of the crater. But you can tell, like, the way Beerus walks out of the crater, Beerus does not like what just happened. Something is bothering Beerus, because it's not like he's laughing or he's smiling about the situation. It's like he just beat somebody, but he didn't like how he beat the person. Like, he was expecting a perfect, and he was annoyed that he didn't get a perfect because he
had to use effort.
He had to use effort, and I don't think he liked that. And Whis was trying to talk to him, and you see Beerus just walk past Whis and leave. So, and no one knows what's going on unless people know how to, what's the word for this? Translate what's in Japanese, which no one has yet to translate. So I'm waiting on it. I tweeted Opie Senpai and Geekdom 101 and asked them to hurry up the translations. They slipping. This was supposed to be out this morning, but no, just playing with that. But those guys have the people who can get the translations done. So hopefully we'll see something from them later on today about it. But then they show you Whis looking back at Vegeta, and he comes and Vegeta sits up from the crater, and like Vegeta's sitting there, and it looked like Vegeta's thinking or contemplating what happened to the fight. And then Whis comes over to Vegeta, and based on because the one thing a lot of people don't understand, especially this generation about anime or animation at all in Japanese anime, like there's a lot that to be told in the picture. There are a lot of messages written in the way they draw things. So, and a lot of people miss the context of like the animation itself. And it looks like Whis was trying to explain to Vegeta what he did right and what he did wrong and how he improved. Then there's a panel where Vegeta's kind of looking down and he's like, and I guess he's trying to rebuttal to him saying, but it's not enough. Then they show you Whis go like this next to Vegeta, like he's trying to give him a hint about something, and that could be either Whis talking about, believe it or not, you force Beerus to use more effort than he ever thought he had to use against you or Goku or whatever. Pretty much, it looked like Whis was trying to give Vegeta the silver lining behind it. But one thing's for sure, Vegeta has certainly improved, and what this and I want to get the context of this when the actual anime comes out, because the Goku fanboys, what they're doing is all they're showing you, like when you go online and you look up chapter 27, they show you Vegeta punching Beerus, just that one still animation, and in the next animation, Beerus crushing Vegeta's face into the floor as if the fight happened in just those two panels, and that's not true. There was a scuffle back and forth. Vegeta did push back Beerus, and Beerus had to put effort into putting Vegeta's face into the ground. I kind of knew that was going to be the case, but people want to sell. Everyone always wants to sell Vegeta getting jobbed. Everyone wants to always sell that. So okay, great minds. I'm gonna check out Unrelented Gaming, or however you pronounce his channel. I'm gonna go check him out a little bit later on today, because yeah, he also has a thing about it. But the thing is, we need the subs. The subs are important, because what is said in the fight, what is said before the fight, and what is said after the fight adds the full context to the fight. Just the image alone isn't good enough, because then people will come up with their own opinion of what the fight did. Interpretation of the fight. And just because Vegeta got bodied by Beerus does not mean that Vegeta sucks or he's not up there with Goku. In fact, I thought this was kind of brilliant of the writer in the manga, that everyone's been asking this question. Is Goku, now that Goku, when Goku mastered Super Saiyan Blue and he was fighting Supreme God Zamasu, Goku at Mastered Super Saiyan Blue was at the same power level as Zamasu, a Supreme God Zamasu. And everyone was like, oh, well, that's like how, they were relatively close to Vegito, and Kaioshin was like, Vegito's power level has surpassed Beerus. KDZ was in a conversation with us last night, and he was talking to me, and he was like, he explained the whole situation about how like humans and the Saiyans have something in particular. When Vegito powered up the final Kamehameha, the power output that was being amassed in the final Kamehameha is what surpassed Beerus's power level. But that is not Vegito's and Vegeta's power level. No, Goku and Vegeta's power level. In fact, that's why they defused, because they went so far into the power. When they were powering up the final Kamehameha, the Potara earrings couldn't hold them together. So it was never their power. That's not their actual power. That is them forcing their power into the final limit for a one-shot punch on both sides combined into one. And that would get them at the power level of Beerus, which would make sense, because that's what we says. If Goku and Vegeta were to combine forces, they would stand a chance against Beerus. So that makes sense. But individually, even with the Master Super Saiyan Blue, they're nowhere at Beerus's level. Beerus may have to put a little bit of effort, but he's gonna make it happen. He's gonna body them. And instead of Goku getting bopped by Beerus and then everyone going, oh man, like Goku, they used Vegeta instead. Because it's more digestible for the Goku fanboys to accept Vegeta getting squashed and washed by Beerus than it is by to watch Goku. So I guess Toei didn't want to offend the fan base because everything is about Goku, Goku, Goku. So they said, we're going to use someone equal to Goku, and that is Vegeta, which is why they made Vegeta Master Super Saiyan Blue, because that's where Goku's at right now, which everyone is now saying, oh, well, Goku's getting a new transformation, so he's beyond that as well, which is what I wanted to talk to you about in this conversation. Where is this going? Vegeta is improving drastically, and like the anime, Vegeta. This is what the conversation I had in the last. This was a conversation I had in our last episode. Well, our last thing with Vegeta is like, all the training that Vegeta got. Whose training was a better quality? Goku, no, Goku with Hit or Vegeta with Whis. And in this manga, Vegeta's training with Whis and Beerus washes Vegeta. When we know that Goku's gonna have a training with Hit. Well, actually, we don't. They may skip that in the manga. They may not even add that in the manga. But if they do, it is now official to say that the training Goku does with Hit cannot be compared to the training Vegeta is getting with Beerus and Whis. And we know that Vegeta should be going into the hyperbolic time chamber one more time. So that's why this entire episode is called Path Beyond Mastered Super Saiyan Blue. The way the story is being written on Vegeta's point, Vegeta has a transformation beyond Mastered Super Saiyan Blue. Because if he doesn't, this makes absolutely no sense. Goku is not getting the quality training that he is getting to get to this new transformation that he has with Silver Eyes, while Vegeta is. So for Goku to get that transformation and the Vegeta to get nothing is poor writing. What are your thoughts on this entire thing that I've talked about?
Okay, well, so you're absolutely right. Vegeta is getting all the best training. Vegeta is actually the hyperbolic time chamber was the instance I go back to, where before blowing the thing up exhausted him, but then he was able to do it without even trying.
And that's in the anime. They don't show that necessarily in the manga. In the manga, they've only showed him going into the hyperbolic time chamber from just the first time when he needed it to beat up Goku Black, and he kicks down the door. He doesn't blow up the time chamber. He just kicks down the door in the manga, and then he goes and he proceeds to wash Goku Black, something Goku couldn't do. And that's when I was like, okay, so the Vegeta's stronger than Goku. But then later on, when Vegeta fuses with Goku to form Vegeta tells Trunks later on that while they were fused together, he noticed something about Kakarot, that Kakarot has been going for something far greater than what he has, and that he can master the Super Saiyan Blue, and for Trunks to give that to him. But see, in the manga now, that fight's over, and they show you Goku slacking off of his training, while Vegeta is getting his training now. And now Vegeta has mastered Super Saiyan Blue. So we can at least say Vegeta caught up to Goku in the very last manga behind the chapter behind them. But then my question is this, like, if they're going to keep going on this roll and following the anime and then Goku's going to evolve again, then it's like saying that Goku does not need to try to surpass. Goku doesn't have to try to stay ahead of Vegeta. He's always ahead of him. But then that doesn't make any sense, because naturally, in ability, Goku was never stronger than Vegeta. So how is this possible? And this is the bad writing I'm talking about. I could understand if Goku had the royal Saiyan blood in him and all of this other stuff, and he's a prodigy, then okay, you can write that off. Like Frieza. How did Frieza get Golden Frieza? How did Frieza then master true Golden Frieza form? Oh, because he's a prodigy, he can get away with this. But Goku isn't. He isn't a prodigy. And that's my issue. Like, if Goku isn't a prodigy, then how is it even possible that he could do what he do without Like I just don't know, man. I really just don't know.
Well, I'm also confused about this too at this point, because the only time we've seen Vegeta take a break ever was when Bulla was being born.
But that's not the case now. Because
You know what I mean? No, but that was like the only time he's ever taken a break.
yes, but then we does tell him that he needs to rest his body. So for the first time you'll ever notice, and this goes back into this goes, Vegeta does rest his body. Ever since he's been trained by Whis, he's well, that's not necessarily true because when Goku went to sleep, Vegeta got out in the back room and started training even more. But Vegeta doesn't go as hard as he used to, like back in Dragon Ball Z days where he literally trains till he collapses his entire body. He doesn't do that anymore. He does take rest and break. And yes, like you said, with the birth of Bulla, that's a huge point where he takes a rest. So there's only two times Vegeta's really training. One with Whis and Beerus, as shown in the manga and anime, and then later on, after Bulla is born, he'll go in the hyperbolic time chamber when Goku convinces him to be a part of the actual tournament. But this what I'm trying to look is for continuity. Continuity is the very important thing. And Dragon Ball and Goku fans do not care about continuity. They only care about fan service. And this is what I don't like because it ruins the lore of what can be a very good anime and manga if they just stick with the lore, good story writing, and good continuity. But they don't. Because like based on what they're doing with Vegeta, how do you justify Goku getting to the level he's getting with this new transformation? How do you justify it? How? What do you say?
I was actually about to ask you a question.
Ask a question, please.
Here's the thing, and this is for everybody, just to stir the pot a little bit. When do you think this form will actually occur? Because I don't think it'll happen during the Universal Survival arc.
It's going to happen in the Universal Survival arc. They have to they have to justify it. No, they have to give him that power level because the way they pushed up Jiren. Goku's not on Jiren's level at all. At the current state he's going to get washed. So they have to give him a new transformation to justify him being able to fight Jiren. So that's why. Go on.
What pushes him over the edge? Because if you look at Dragon Ball's history, the only time anyone ever got the Super Saiyan form for free was Goku during the Frieza saga.
The only thing I can see pushing Goku over the edge for him to turn into this new silver form is if something happens to Gohan. That would be the only thing that would make sense.
Oh my God.
Because there is no other reason for Goku doesn't care about anything except for fighting. The only thing that would make any realistic sense is if Gohan was incapacitated or someone killed Gohan and got disqualified but didn't care. Gohan's dead, and that would push Goku over the limit. So it's not that Gohan got kicked out of the ring. It's that Gohan died in the ring.
Well, I mean that goes for the disqualification, and so whoever he would get revenge on would be erased on the spot.
Well, see that's the thing. I don't think Goku will. Whoever does it, I don't think Goku's gonna have the power to erase them because the only people that I can see in the Universal Survival arc that can kill Gohan is Golden Frieza, Jiren, Kale, Hit, two secret characters that they haven't even shown. There's two secret Namekian guys. Only a few guys can kill him.
I think actually Khalifa has a good chance. But here's my thing. The rules of the tournament stipulate that if you kill anyone, you're done.
You're done, not your universe. You're disqualified. Really? Yeah, your universe doesn't die. You just get disqualified.
I misinterpreted that then. I thought they erased the universes after they kill somebody.
Nah, they just said no killing. So if you kill someone, you as a player get disqualified. So, or even Frost. I can see Frost killing Gohan.
Yeah.
But because it's a character, you need a throwaway character that Goku can kill. But then see, what I'm trying to say is this. Now, Goku using this new transformation on someone as low as Frost is pointless. So I can only see it being done. The only person malicious enough with the wickedness to want to do it is Frieza.
I think that would just be so arbitrary.
I think that would be kind of godlike because that's the
It
type of
would be, but what motivation would Frieza have to kill Gohan?
Are you kidding me? To piss off Goku? That's the whole point.
But he gains nothing.
Yes,
from
he does.
Gohan in the middle of the tournament.
He gains. Frieza gains the joy of watching Goku suffer.
So wait. So because we still got Jiren standing around, we don't know who the two dudes are in Universe 4, and Frieza just goes and kills Gohan.
Well, I'm just saying, what would trigger Goku's transformation?
And this is the other thing too. I don't believe Goku has the emotional attachment to Gohan to really ascend from his death.
Sadly enough, he doesn't. But guess who does? Vegeta.
For Gohan's death?
Yes. You don't understand the respect Vegeta has for Goku. Remember, Gohan saved Vegeta's life from Cell. And remember, he reveres him as who has more potential than him and Goku. And he continuously reminds Goku of this.
I mean...
I'm just saying.
That got me to lean towards the idea of Vegeta ascending off of Gohan's death. Leaning towards it. I'm not quite there yet.
But we know they won't allow Vegeta to ascend off of that. So I think my whole thing is this, and this is what it all comes down to. It all comes down to the lore of the Super Saiyan God. Like, this is just to show you how Dragon Ball Goku fans has such a huge influence on the Dragon Ball series that the writers cannot write anything with any solid lore. First of all, Goku as a character has no lore. His lore is let me say he has no lore. He has no Saiyan lore. His backstory as a Saiyan is trash. He's a low-level garbage Saiyan that was thrown to some whack part of the galaxy with some weak warriors where he ascended to the level that he is now. All of his entire back history comes from Earth, which at this point, no one cares about Earth anymore or Earth's characters. That's why no one cares about Yajirobe, no one cares about Master Roshi, no one cares about Krillin, no one cares about Tien, no one cares about Piccolo. As great as those characters was, those are nostalgic characters that bring us back to the days of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and they were good, but they're support characters, and they're really minor support characters. Sadly, 18 and 17 has more burn than all of those guys combined. Those guys are like filler support, where 17 and 18 is like main support. So actually in tier K,
that's because they're the only characters that are not Saiyans that can hang.
Exactly.
They have infinite stamina. They can absorb energy. They're Super Saiyan 2 strong. So it's like
actually they're beyond Super Saiyan 2 strong because
at this point, yeah,
they're beyond Super Saiyan 2 strong. So it's like literally unless Gohan is mystic. Gohan has to turn mystic to hang with them. That's ridiculous. So all of those other characters no one cares about. In reality, when Piccolo gets knocked out, when Master Roshi gets knocked out, when Tien gets knocked out, when those guys get knocked out, no one will care. They're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna be like, it's expected. Because it is expected. When Krillin got knocked out, did anyone go, oh man, Krillin? No, when we got knocked out, we was like, oh wow, I thought he was gonna get knocked out in the first 5 minutes. Looks like at least he got 2 people out. We're giving him these petty, oh well, he Kamehameha, the guy with the dog, he had to beat him with a shoe. All that type of stuff. Look who Master Roshi has to fight. He has to fight some girl. He's really fighting lust. He's not even fighting anything. So Master Roshi is gonna lose to this girl. That's what's gonna happen. But at least Master Roshi lightly strikes someone else. Piccolo is gonna lose to the other 2 Namekian guys who are gonna make Piccolo look like he's trash, and then Tien's gonna lose to some other normal fighting dude. Then it's gonna come down to 18, 17. Frieza, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta. That's what it's gonna come down to, and then they're gonna start picking them off from there. But it still does not answer the issue. Like, if you look at the manga and you look at the anime, the way the character Vegeta is, it's not the same Vegeta. It's not Dragon Ball Z Vegeta. This is a different Vegeta altogether.
He's refined.
In the manga, when Vegeta decided to take his fight against Zamasu, and Zamasu beat Vegeta into unconsciousness. Literally, Goku was almost gonna get knocked out and get unconscious. no, beat Vegeta to unconsciousness. Then Goku jumped in, right? Trunks, they brought Vegeta together, together and everything, and said to Vegeta, Vegeta was like, what was, I'm trying to remember, I'm paraphrasing. There's like, Goku's fighting and whatever, but they only have one Senzu beam, and there's like, what are we gonna do? And then Trunks was like, I can heal you, father, which I'm glad that they did that in the manga, because in the anime they would have like they would make Trunks try to heal Goku over his own father, which that is trying to show like Trunks has no respect for his dad, but clearly he does. So he was going to give the last Senzu to Vegeta, and he said no, hold that, and he was like, but why don't you fuse with Goku? And he's like, I don't want to fuse with Goku. I told you I'm never going to fuse with that guy anymore. And then Kaioshin and Gowasu explains to Vegeta, yo, the first of all, the fusion only lasts for 1 hour. That's number one. Then Vegeta was like, it does? And he's like, yes. And so Goku's over there getting washed by Zamasu and stuff like that. And then Trunks explains to Vegeta that, Dad, you guys need to beat Zamasu because, when Mom was alive in this timeline, she even wanted to take a time machine back in time to come see you. So Vegeta looked at Trunks and was like, what? And he's like, yeah, but then Black killed her, so she never even got a chance to come see you because you're dead in this timeline. So that I thought was real deep that they did in the storyline, that like the future Boomer wanted to see Vegeta one last time, even though if it wasn't the same Vegeta in the same timeline. So it showed you the connection between Vegeta, his love for Boomer. Then, so Vegeta turns around and he kind of puts his head down. He's looking down with a serious face and says, dot, dot, dot. Then Goku gets kicked into a building, and then Goku gets up. He's like getting up. He's like, huh? I'm beat. It's not gonna work. It's like, this is it for me. He's at his end, and then Vegeta's there in the building. And then Goku's like, he gets up. He's like, Vegeta. And he's like, Kakarot, give it to me. And he's like, come on, Vegeta, we didn't even determine who should eat the Senzu beans. He's like, not that, you idiot. Give me the Potara earrings. That's how they've done fused in. So Vegeta didn't even swallow his pride. His love for Bulma transcends his pride. Just because Trunks spoke on his mom's wanting to see him one last time before Zamasu killed him, made him go, I would rather fuse with Kakarot and kill that son of a, just so he can, because to get vengeance off of his dead wife in the future. I'm like, which other character do they write like that in Dragon Ball? No one. They don't write nobody like this. So then now at the end of the manga, after Zamasu's destroyed and they come back home, the first thing when Vegeta jumps out of the ship, Bulma runs and jumps onto Vegeta and hugs him, and Vegeta has a shocked face. So what we're starting to see here is the emotional bonding of Vegeta and his family. Vegeta's
on some Final Flash level stuff.
Exactly. His pride is going down, and his love for his family is going up. Now, if I'm the writer of Dragon Ball Z, the way I would write this is that, okay, although Vegeta's an anti-hero, his love for his family is what unlocks his true potential that he cannot unlock with his pride. That would be so much deeper. But like Goku, like, let's be realistic. There's nothing that triggers Goku other than him just wanting to be powerful. And that's a corny story. Like, we've seen it already. And it's boring.
Well, in Goku's defense, it just happens less often because his friends kind of stay out.
Oh, you got
to just him by himself. But Goku gets.
Hold on. We're cutting out. Is there a fan in front of you? You're cutting out a lot.
No, I think it's this push to talk stuff.
Oh, okay.
But, I'm gonna try to get through this. Basically, Goku and Vegeta have two different self-absorbed aspects of them, and they get over them. They get over them basically by way of their Krillin's death.
No, we're having a bad connection. It keeps going in and out, in and out, in and out. Don't. Hang on. Yeah.
How's that?
Go on, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Goku and Vegeta have like basically this like self-absorbed quality to them. And the way they get over that is basically through the danger that their friends and family are put into. Now with Goku, it was Krillin, but as you've seen, most of Goku's friends who he's really like attached to, they kind of stay out of the mix now.
Which is my entire point. So then
Right.
Goku, if Goku is not training, then there is no catalyst that pushes him to these new transformations.
Yeah, there's no emotional weight on there. And with the Universal Survival arc, he kind of instigated this whole thing. So I can't see him getting upset, even if like let's say in the Universal Survival arc, everybody but him and Vegeta get knocked out. Just by Jiren. Jiren just goes and just starts throwing everybody off stage. And it's like, oh snap, our universe is about to get erased. I will let you destroy my world. And he does that, and then he does all that dumb stuff, and then becomes, whatever next form it is. But I don't see that happening because Goku has no emotional weight in this tournament, even though his entire existence is on the line.
And this is my entire point now. Now, if let's say
Vegeta has something to lose, where Goku has abandoned all.
Exactly. So then, how can they not write Vegeta? If you put this situation, if you write this in the manga, if you write this in the anime, Vegeta and Goku is the last two left in there, and Beerus, Beerus is going to get upset because Beerus is about to lose his existence too. The first thing Goku is going to look at, say, my body's throbbing because he just sees the power. Like, I gotta fight them all off. In Vegeta's mind, he's like, my newborn baby was just born. I didn't even get a chance to raise my daughter. My wife is back home. She's going to die. My son is going to die. He will not see this the same way Goku does. How would that not push Vegeta to a new level beyond Goku?
I'm really hoping that he gets it first this time. Like, for the first time ever, I really hope Vegeta gets it first.
And so
Goku has to pick up the slack.
He can always pick up the slack in the next arc. I just don't think, if they don't do this, like, I'm hoping this new Super Saiyan transformation he comes out with, okay, fine, blah, 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 and it goes further on into the tournament and whatnot. But because Goku used that new Super Saiyan technique later on in the tournament, he's no longer effective, and it's just him and Vegeta. And that exact scenario pops up, whereas it's like the universe is on the brink of destruction. Vegeta has to go to the next level because his wife's going to die. Everyone's going to be wiped out in existence. No one has any faith in him. Beerus has no faith in him. Beerus is still sitting over there like, go, Kakarot, get up. And Vegeta's like everyone's still betting on Kakarot while here I am. And like, I've been training just as right. It's the same situation when Goku was in trouble in the future with Goku Black and whatnot, and Vegeta overheard everyone talk about Goku will find the answer. Like, there's so many angles to make Vegeta go to the next level. So many angles.
Yeah, but as far as what we've seen leads to these transformations and leads to these different reaching these different levels of power. Vegeta has had Vegeta has had everything done correctly. He filled out the forms. He waited in line. He did his thing. Goku's just kind of been dicking around, trying to hit a guy who can basically stop time for a half a second. That's all Goku's been doing this entire series, as far as I'm concerned. Like, once they got to Champa, that was all Goku's been doing to me. Is like, I just want to hit that guy. It's like, come on, man. But just in general, the emotional baggage that comes with the Universal Survival arc, Goku doesn't have it, and there is hope actually, because during the what was the first movie called?
You're talking about the Battle of the Gods.
It was just called Battle of the Gods. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is actually hope here, because I believe they did this in the anime too. But remember the scene where
the original Super Saiyan God looked like an ancestor of Vegeta. I know.
Yeah, but not just that. But before Goku was even about to like do anything to Beerus.
Yeah.
Because remember, Goku had fought Beerus prior to this.
Yes.
And he lost. He got washed at Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta reacted to Bulma being slapped.
Yes.
And he whopped that nigga.
Well, he did a little bit. He did more. He didn't. He did more. Whether you're looking at the saga or you're looking at the movie, he did more than Goku and required.
He did more than Goku, exactly.
And Beerus commended him and say, it required me a little bit more effort than the saying on the North Planet that he washed with absolutely no effort, which is the
Yeah.
point I'm trying to make here, where people are laughing at Vegeta, say, "Oh, he got washed by Beerus," but everyone, this is what I'm talking about. Like, everyone wants to forget like how Beerus didn't wash Goku. He ignored him, and he
Yeah,
got
exactly.
bopped. He
Yeah.
ignored Goku, and Goku got washed. So like, let's not sit here and talk about who got what, because if you look at the fights between Goku and Beerus, and Vegeta and Beerus, Vegeta
Mhm.
put more hands on Beerus.
Vegeta
Pre-God,
Vegeta put him on the ground.
yes, pre-God and as God. So the fact that people are like trying to, which is why I can't wait when the what's the word for this here? The translations to come out, because there was a lot of dialogue in the combat, and the dialogue is what's going to add a lot of context. Whis and the Oracle Fish spoke a lot during their fight, and that is
Mhm.
critical. I need to see what they said, because
Right.
that is what's going to put true context to this entire thing about Vegeta's path beyond Master Super Saiyan Blue. So
I'm just saying it's
yeah,
already. I'm just saying it's already, for me. It's already been foreshadowed that Vegeta is going to ascend to the epitome of Super Saiyan godness before Goku, and he's going to basically save the day. He's gonna be the hero this time.
I really hope they make
Vegeta's gonna get
Vegeta.
his first.
Yes,
Vegeta might not get a kill, but he will be the one to save the day. It's already been foreshadowed for me.
yeah,
Because
same thing
remember
here.
now,
Yeah, go on.
that whole their first encounters with Beerus was very telling. Vegeta wanted it more. Like they're saying, like Vegeta is more desperate of a character.
Hmm.
Look at Bardock. Look at the whole mythos behind Bardock and the whole planet getting destroyed, and people talking about him turning Super Saiyan at the last second, even though he got eviscerated. Vegeta's more desperate. Vegeta's got more. It's in his DNA. Goku has to work for it, but Goku hasn't been working for it.
Exactly.
I mean, I can't completely discredit Goku. He trains hard. He works hard for his stuff. He's passionate about ascending to new heights. But Vegeta wants it more than him,
I agree.
and he works harder for it.
Yeah. All right, Poldrin. Man, thanks for spending this short time with me on this review and this debate about
Yep.
Vegeta's potential path beyond the Master Super Saiyan Blue. I guess later on, we'll read the manga. Later on, I'll be on stream. We're just gonna have our community hangout, and based on what we get from Geekdom 101, Opie Senpai, Relentless Gaming, based on what we get from them, we can talk a little bit more about that. And at that time, I want the entire community involved, and everybody here on our YouTube page who's actually listening to this podcast and stuff like that. We're gonna have you guys weigh in on the subject as well. So,
Can you get the door? Can you get the door?
thanks for coming on, man. We'll talk some more. See you guys later.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.